Hi everyone, this is Jasmine from the Book Arts program at the J. Willard Marriott Library at the University of Utah. In this video, I'm going to show some examples that we've made at the Book Arts program on how to fill in your pants book with content. And we have several examples, and the first one that I'm going to show is the Metamorphosis book that we actually made in the instructional video. So if you already did this, great, but I just want to show it for this video. And what we have here is this is downloadable on our website. If you go to the K-12 lesson plans and resources tab, there's a list of all of our lesson plans. And if you find where it says pants book single sheet variation, click on that. It'll take you to the lesson plan on how to make it. And then right below, the two downloadable PDFs below is the actual piece of the actual paper that you can cut, that you can fold and cut, and then also the covers. So that's one book that we have available downloadable. So that takes you through the cycle of metamorphosis. This next example is also a science content book. It's all about plant anatomy. So we have anatomy of a plant. And I used some thicker papers. I actually watercolored on this. The front is just colored pencil. But if you have watercolor paper, you can do something like this. So once when I go through each page, we have, I talk about a tomato plant in this one and illustrate it. So there's the whole tomato plant, and it just goes through each of the different parts of the plant, starting with the roots, and I have information about the roots. Then we go to the stem, and then we go to the leaves. And then some plants have fruit and some have flowers. Not all plants have fruit and flowers. And then the last two pages are fun facts about tomatoes. So that's kind of a fun one. And you'll see when I open it all the way up, it has, that's kind of why we call it the pants book, is because it looks like a little pair of pants. So, and I used I used watercolored colored pencil and pen for the actual writing and labeling part. The third example I have is one that I also made, and this one was inspired by the current situation that we're all in right now with COVID-19, and just being home and, trying to notice things around you, and finding a new routine has been really difficult for a lot of us. But it's also interesting to kind of see how you adjust to different things. And so being home has been very different for me. I'm sure all of you have been feeling the same. And so I decided to make a pants book about a day in the life of social distancing. So this is my personal recollection of, what's going on in my life, and it's not too personal that I'll go ahead and share it. So here, the first page I have are just podcasts, music, books, and movies that I like that I've been watching. And then I go through I kind of go through my routine. So I wake up, I actually have a water rowing machine that I use for exercise. So that's been fun. And I kind of like to meditate on a specific place when I row. So sometimes I think about Jenny Lake and the Tetons, or other lakes around. And then I talk about breakfast, and sometimes I like to play Scrabble Go on my phone. And then I start working from home, so telecommuting. I'm trying to read this. Oh, and then I go for a walk. I make some tea. I get organized. I continue working, and that can be so many different things: developing books, making these videos. And then once I'm done with work, I log off. That's pretty important for me. I actually close down all of my work so it doesn't continue on in my brain. And then I take a virtual yoga class. So that's my little laptop with all the people doing yoga. And this is really cool because it's a live class from the studio that I go to regularly. And then to relax, I have either do some bookmaking of my personal bookmaking, and watch Netflix, or sometimes I'll even just kind of relax and read a book. So, and the last part's kind of my favorite. It says, remember to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds. So that's a fun book that you can make just about your experience here. And if you look back on this in 10, 15 years, it's a really interesting, it's almost like you're a history book of your own personal life. So those are just some examples. You can find more examples on our lesson plan, which is linked on our website, which I mentioned earlier. So that's in the lesson plan. It's at the very end where it says core content ideas. So I hope that gave you a little bit of inspiration, and I hope you all enjoy making your pants books.